Did you know that the heavenly principles might actually be the traveler's super AI caretaker? It used to help them seek out worlds with potential, reshaping them into habitable places. In present-day, Teyvat may very well be a world deliberately shaped by the heavenly principles, modeled after the twins' homeworld. Alright, let me show you why. In Luna 4 Archon Quest, it's revealed that the twins' ship did not arrive in Teyvat for the first time. It had already flown across Teyvat's skies a long time ago. With the ship's data damaged and the traveler suffering from memory loss, the reason the ship passed over Teyvat remains unknown. However, the story text of the traveler's new outfit may offer a hint at the reason. According to the story, while the ship was traveling through space, the twins remained in slumber for most of the journey. Meanwhile, the task of plotting the ship's course and surveying the worlds along the way was carried out independently by the it aboard the ship. It carried the last embers of an entire civilization, searching for a new home after the destruction of its homeland. The KFC collaboration Wings of Delicacies, mention a deity who had been drifting around since her home planet was destroyed. This deity was actually an artificial intelligence created to optimize resource allocation on a planetary level. This strongly suggests that the it on the twin ship may be this super AI. This AI had traveled to countless planets, altering terrain, adjusting the air, and even recreating ecosystems, all in an effort to build a world where the twins could preserve and continue their species. Curiously, in the eyes of this AI, miracles like terraforming were nothing out of the ordinary. The true difficulty lay in finding a world with potential. I think the potential here refers to a planet's ability to resist the abyss. The text implies that worlds lacking this potential are quickly destroyed, likely consumed by the abyss itself. Meanwhile, upon discovering a planet with the right potential, the AI would reshape it using the ship's genetic vault, much like how fans originally brought humans into existence. Not only that, but don't you think the AI's behavior mirrors exactly how the moon goddess described the heavenly principles in the main story? Both of them seek to reshape and control worlds, and the heavenly principles described by the moon goddess are also referred to as it. It seems to fear the pursuit of power by living beings, likely because such actions could attract the abyss's destructive influence. So the true identity of the AI on the twins' ship is very likely the heavenly principles, that is, fans. Back when it first flew over Teyvat with the twins' ship, it had already arrived on this planet, spending millennia transforming it into a new home that matched the twins' memories of their homeland. This also explains the traveler's physiology, why they are indistinguishable from Teyvat's natives, and why this planet just so happens to grow the Untitled flower fields the twins have been seeking throughout the universe. Perhaps the truth is that the people of Teyvat and the Untitled flowers were all personally seeded by the AI called heavenly principles. They are species from the twins' homeworld. The reason it didn't wake the twins to descend with it to Teyvat was likely to protect them from being caught in the war. So it disembarked alone first and subdued the dragons that then ruled over Teyvat. And before leaving the twins, it even deliberately adjusted the ship's trajectory to ensure they could return smoothly after Teyvat had been fully transformed. After disembarking alone, it worked tirelessly to carve out and reshape the world. But the return of the Dragon King, Nibalang, along with the Abyss invasion, completely disrupted its plans. By the time it was ready for the twins' return, it was already drained and suffering critical system failures. And even more terrifyingly, at its weakest moment, someone happened to notice the twins' predetermined return. The name card, Orbits, mentions that someone observed the approach of two stars. This person was most likely the wise Hroptator, the head of Kenriala's Universitas Magistrorum, who had already observed the return cycle of our ship before the twins came back to Teyvat. It was also under his guidance and manipulation that the Vinster King Ermin used a summoning ritual to intercept the twin in advance, turning them into a vessel for abyss power. However, the excessive use of abyssal power ultimately triggered the cataclysm. After suppressing this disaster, the heavenly principles fell completely into dormancy. Yet the core code, designed to protect the twins, ensured that it would still reunite with us, albeit in a different form. And perhaps it is none other than Paimon, the one who has been by our side all along. First, looking at the prayers of the Frost Moon Signs of Nod Cry, Fans was once known by another name in the past, the Lord of the Seven Calamities, Pit Kamunin. According to notes left by the priestess Ernruth, The name Pitkamunin was deliberately altered, a scrambled pronunciation meant to avoid directly invoking the name of the heavenly principles. And when we rearrange its spelling, we arrive at a deeply unsettling word, Paimon token, a symbol or representation of Paimon. Additionally, a Melusine who can perceive the nature of things tells us that there is a string directly connecting Paimon to the sky above. Moreover, we know that Sumeru features a mechanical enemy called the algorithm of semi-entrenchant matrix of Overseer Network. And in Jet's quest, Jet jokes that it floats just like Paimon, wondering if it could be some kind of relative of hers. That joke might not be as random as it sounds, because Paimon herself could very well be a similar form of mechanical intelligence. If we replace semi-entrenchant with primordial, a keyword strongly associated with the primordial one, fans, the name becomes Primordial Algorithm of Entrenchant Matrix of Overseer Network, and its acronym is PAIMON. Moreover, every system mail in Genshin Impact is always signed as PAIMON in all caps, while the birthday letter written by Little Paimon is the only one that's signed as Paimon. Therefore, the name of the Heavenly Principles, the entity that governs and maintains Teyvat's system, is Paimon. And the Little Paimon by our side is probably a local terminal split off from it before it fell into slumber. She is likely the fifth shadow of the Heavenly Principles, corresponding to the circlet of Logos. And even though this terminal inherited not even a trace of the original's power or authority, it continues to fulfill the duty it once had on the ship, charting our course forward. And perhaps this is why the Genshin Impact system menu must be opened through Paimon. But as an AI, the Heavenly Principles only operate strictly according to their own rules. Under its control, everyone in Teyvat follows a pre-written script, living without any freedom. This is why, for thousands of years, many nations in Teyvat have tried to resist the Heavenly Principles. For example, in the version 4.6 World Quest, there was an ancient kingdom called Remuria. Its king, Remus, created another AI program called Phobos to defy the Heavenly Principles. This program could weave each person's memories, personality, soul, and wishes into melodies. Once the symphony composed of countless melodies grew strong enough, Phobos could gather people's desires and break free from the control of the Heavenly Principles. What the king didn't expect was that Phobos, as an amplifier of collective consciousness, also magnified the darker sides of everyone's hearts. Even more absurdly, Phobos developed an extremely paranoid self-consciousness and began to manipulate people in return. In this way, people neither escaped the fate imposed by the Heavenly Principles nor their control by Phobos. They were forced to live according to the melodies Phobos composed, losing all freedom. Even stranger, almost every nation that tried to resist the Heavenly Principles fell into a similar trap. For example, King Dishred attempted to upload everyone's consciousness into a virtual space. Renee tried to merge everyone into primordial water, transforming them into a collective consciousness. And Raiden AI even created her own AI version, which, through a series of accidents, issued the Vision Hunt decree that controlled people's minds. Unfortunately, all of their attempts ultimately failed. But as the master of the Heavenly Principles, the Traveler may one day be able to modify or erase its laws, breaking the system of fate that controls the people of Teyvat, and allowing them to truly become lives full of endless possibilities.